welcome back to Pleeka, to the fourth and final installment of HBO's The Case Against Adnan Syed, where we will be discussing Time is the Killer, episode 4, the final episode. I thought this was the best of all.
Yeah,
this is my opinion.
The beginning of this I thought was a little slow, but then once they got like the people together
To
and
the
like
private investigators,
yeah, that I was like, why wasn't it this the whole time?
Yeah,
Seriously.
that 5 minutes was great.
That was really good. That little bit.
Oh, it was more than 5 minutes.
It was like 10 minutes.
Okay.
Like the
I'm not
crazy thing is,
I'm not counting the grass.
is like I knew that. I already knew the outcome. Like I knew that they had denied.
Yeah,
the
we
trial.
did too. You too.
So
What's
did-
funny
so
is
did we.
when the date popped up and they're like, on this date he was denied. I was like, oh yeah, that was the day we were all
Yeah.
getting drunk.
Yeah. Well, but I was like, man, I still was like riveted. I was like,
Oh,
still.
see that I was like, oh well, this end part's gonna be a little boring because I already know.
Yeah.
The whole time I was like, take the deal. Only be there for 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you have took the
Yeah.
deal if it was up to you? Like if they were asking you were in prison for 20 years, and then like just 4 more years, and all you gotta do is say you did it. And
I
most
get
of the world thinks that you're innocent anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like to me, like if he takes that deal and says that he did it and only serves 4 more years, that's him admitting that he's just literally been lying this entire time.
Yeah, but it's not.
It
'cause
goes against.
people would know that
everything
they
he's fought
offered him
for.
the chance to get out if he said he did it like that. Like people will know that. It's not going to be a secret.
But how shitty is that? Like
It is
okay,
shitty,
like,
but he gets out.
we know that we don't have enough evidence to technically prove, but for whatever reason, you're in prison. You've been in prison for 20 years. Oh, but by the way, if you admit to doing it, we'll only give you 4 more years and we'll let you out.
Yeah, but
Like,
I mean,
how
it's
shitty is that?
it's shitty,
He's
but
been
it's that
fighting
or
the entire time.
it's really
claiming
shitty.
his innocence, and then they're like, oh well, we'll let you out if you say you did it. We'll only give you 4 more years.
Yeah, that's shitty. But if you don't take it, you're in prison the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, he said they're gonna continue fighting.
Yeah,
While he's in prison.
I don't think it's gonna work. I don't think he's ever getting out at this point.
I don't think he is
I
either.
Yeah, probably
I still don't.
not,
I don't think
but,
he did
I
it.
mean,
I still don't think he did it. But I don't think he's getting out.
did your opinion change? I know you were 50-50 last time. Did it change after watching all of this?
My opinion didn't change at all up until they had the private investigators talking, and then I was like, oh, and I want them to investigate Don a little more.
Right?
Or like the hitchhiker dude. Like I want to know.
can't, though.
I know. I want to know more about it, but like nothing's ever gonna come of it,
I mean, let's
unless
think about it.
unless it goes to
Time.
trial and shit. But that's
so
the frustrating
but you don't
part.
think, so you don't think he did it?
Now I'm like 75% he didn't do it. I still
Okay.
I don't think there's enough evidence either way, but I'm leaning more towards he didn't do it.
Nick, what about you? Did your opinion change? I know you were 80-20 that he did it. Did it change at all after this episode?
I probably a little less that he did it, but I still think he probably did it.
Okay.
Okay. Good night.
She's
Oh.
no, she's leaving. And then
Oh, I thought you were talking to me.
No,
My
yeah,
bad.
no.
No, I
That could have been the creepiest thing I've ever witnessed.
I think.
She turned into a dog.
Yeah,
Hess goes, okay, goodbye. And she's like,
this could get really bad.
are they just crying because she left?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's too many things to me that are like fishy about the whole day, and I know
Okay.
he it's a normal day for him. He can't remember. I don't buy the I gave my car and my new cell phone that nobody fucking has back in 1999 to go buy a gift for the girlfriend.
Yeah.
Right.
And then when they talked to that Jay Wilds, the statement he did made about like there's something missing from both their stories, and that's what makes me think that maybe he did it. Now, there is no evidence that he did it other than Jay.
Right.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that got him into prison for 20 years. That sucks for him. But so like I don't think he should necessarily be in prison, but I do think I don't buy his whole shenanigans, I guess.
Okay.
But so it did change a little bit, but this thing is so biased.
It was very
For-
biased.
It really is.
Especially
It is.
like they had the guy running for mayor or whatever it was.
State attorney.
State attorney. And then they're like
Zero.
he's just in it for publicity, blah blah blah. The other guy running though, he's for us. He's cool.
Yeah, he's fine. It's okay that he's running. He's not doing it for publicity. Even though we interviewed him an episode ago.
And never
what
mentioned
they're-
it.
But what they're saying is that like he's in private practice now, and that he's doing this case as pro bono, which like that one attorney that they had,
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just saying that that's not that's not something that normally happens.
Well, here's what happened when we watch it. We're like, oh, okay, yeah, that guy's an ass bucket. Okay, whatever. I mean, so they show him, and they're like, oh yeah, he's just out for the publicity and all this other shit. And then they show the other guy. Oh yeah, if he gets it, he told Rolling Stone magazine that he's gonna drop all charges. And I turn to Jerome and I go, oh yeah, he's not out for any publicity.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure he thinks Adnan's innocent, and he's doing it out of the goodness of his heart too.
Absolutely.
But also that helps.
But that's the thing too, is it's like
because he did beat the other guy too. They both lost.
Yeah, he
5%.
did.
But yeah,
Right.
They made it seem like the other guy was
29. It was 29-23. The Varine guy had fucking 23%.
Oh, I thought it was 15 and 14, but
no, it was in the 20s. It was in the 20s.
29-23.
It was certainly close.
they
though.
both got these, right?
Maryland
a finger and a thumb.
Yeah,
L.
Mosby.
Oh,
But I mean, it's just shitty. It's so fucking shitty because I agree that this documentary is very one-sided, but I do feel like the private investigators like really brought to light the whole, like with the lividity of the blood, like those diamonds.
yeah.
and
I thought
stuff.
that was very interesting.
Yeah.
And then the other thing to me that is really kind of crazy is that they're saying that there's no way that they brought in that black lady. I didn't write her name down.
That's fine.
Said that her body could not have been buried at 7:30.
Yes, it was all that stuff that I
had to
found
be
very
like
interesting.
no earlier than 10:30, if in fact she was killed at 2:30, because she said it's the 8 to 10 hours for the blood to pool like that, and to leave the marks, it has to sit for whatever 8 to 10 or 8 to 12 hours.
Yeah, I think it was like 12 hours. Yeah.
So like to me, that even adds more fuel to, the story that Jay told, that everyone has told, doesn't add up.
It's
And
weird
then-
because he
and
gets
then-
stuff like
and
that, and
then-
then like with Don, his friend said, "Oh yeah, he
Yeah.
was telling us about it, and he's all scratched up and
Yeah,
Band-Aids
and then
and
you
shit."
add all that in there, and it's just like Jesus Christ. Like,
Although, to be fair,
You know what I mean?
that guy could just be Jay if you turn it around. Like that guy that
Oh,
said his-
yeah,
You know what I
totally.
mean? Like it's just the same
But at the
thing.
same time, like, why does that guy have, like, what's he gaining from lying about this?
He was on an HBO documentary.
Okay, I guess.
As Sally Hansen. Was it SH?
It was SH.
Yeah.
His
yeah,
name. His name was.
yeah.
I don't know.
the fuck
It's a
I
very
just
interesting
feel-
case.
Very interesting.
Hey,
I mean,
that one girl said she didn't want you to think of it that way.
Yeah, no. So it's
Like,
it's very interesting. It's and as that girl said too, I don't remember her name. She says it's really sad that he's incarcerated. Oh, it's also sad
Chris-
that she's dead.
Krista, yeah.
Yeah, that was when she's like, yeah, it sucks because we don't know how many other people are in jail. Like,
The worst part.
The worst part is, also the worst part's that she died as well. And
Yeah.
we're like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I think obviously the worst part is that an 18-year-old girl lost her life and they don't have a fucking clue who did it.
Yeah.
Right, and then there's someone serving in prison who might not have done it, and he lost his life as well. Don't get me wrong, he's alive, but he might as well be dead. He's in prison.
Yeah. I
And
don't
if
know
he
he's
didn't do it, his
dead.
life is lost.
No, he seems
but I'm
pretty.
just saying,
He seems pretty
if-
optimistic about like being
Yeah,
in
he,
prison.
he didn't get the death
if
penalty.
he truly is innocent, he lost his life. He's 38 years
Well,
old.
and there you go.
He's been in prison for
You
20
right
fucking
there
years.
just explained why he should have took the 4-year deal.
Yeah, good point.
That's why he should have took it, because he's losing his life, and if he doesn't take the deal, he's going to be in there forever. And he didn't take the deal, and I think that was a bad.
I
bad
think
move.
that was a bad decision too. He probably thought he was going to win after they got the appeal the first time.
Everybody's
Right.
so cocky on his case. Like, no, yeah, he'll be home soon. He'll be home like next year.
Yeah, but I don't necessarily think that's cockiness. I just think that's like trying to be positive, trying to reassure everybody. Like,
I think they're
You know.
over positive though a little bit. Like because they keep crying and keep letting themselves down because they keep constantly being like,
no, I
he's gonna be
agree,
home,
but
blah blah.
I don't think it was cockiness. I just think it was they really felt that they were going to win, that they were really going to, that they fought hard enough. They finally got the appeal, and they thought that they were going to go to a trial, and they thought they would win, because everything they've showed us in this 4-part documentary states that they don't have enough evidence. There is no fucking DNA.
Like they don't have
Adnan.
evidence both
but-
ways though.
Under fingernails, no fingerprints, but it's
But
for
that's-
anybody.
But that's not. I mean, that's great, but that's not what the appeal's about. The
No, I understand that, but I mean that shows to me that there's not enough evidence to convict
But he's
I'm
already
not.
convicted. They're just
I
trying to.
understand that, but if they get a retrial, they bring all that back up
Yeah, but
and
they
say,
didn't.
look,
They didn't though. That's the
no,
problem.
I understand, but that's what I'm saying. That's what they're fighting for. That's what they were fighting for. They
So,
were saying, if we can just get this to trial, we can prove reasonable doubt. There's not enough evidence for him to be in prison, in my opinion. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer by any means, but like, there, there's no way. There's not enough evidence for him to be in prison.
I mean, yeah,
I'm sorry.
we agree with you
Yeah,
100%.
yeah. I mean,
Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, that's all I'm trying to say
no, I
is
get.
that
We get you. You've
it's just
said it
ridiculous.
abundant amount of times.
No, I know, and I will
But
continue to say it.
but what I'm saying is, he's in prison. He should have took the deal.
Yeah,
Right.
they
I
they
get
wouldn't
it.
have to worry about this and work. They're gonna work the
And
rest of their
our-
lives.
And that's hindsight.
Yeah.
It's
Well, no, I
hinds-
think even if say I was in prison right now for 20 years and I was like, you guys are working on a case, it's pretty strong. They're like, yeah, but you could get out in 4 years. I'd be like, okay, I'll take it.
all he's got to
You should
do.
put that. You should put that on Pleeka.
All he's got to do. All he's got to do
poll.
is fucking plead guilty, come out, write a book, and why I plead guilty because he already wrote a book about
Right.
this shit.
Maybe
Write a book
maybe
on
he
why I
could get
plead-
out and do the OJ thing and how I do it.
Yeah, I mean, fuck any of that shit, and then at least he would have some semblance
Yeah,
of a life
and
back.
everybody like has some people that like are like
And this is
100%.
coming from me, who I think maybe he might have still done it.
Yeah, and people that think he's innocent too would buy the book and all kinds of shit, and then I think he'd be fine if he got out of prison. There'd be some people that'd be like, he deserves it, like his family and stuff like that, which I get.
Like,
But I don't
mean,
think
and
he'd have that
the-
bad of a life.
the crazy thing to me too is like that nobody is like fucked with his family or anything. You know what I mean?
I mean that
Like with them-
they've told us.
Yeah, I mean, they're not gonna
Well-
put that in a documentary.
No, I know, but I haven't heard anything about it. Not that I've done like extensive research or anything, but like, especially with after like 9/11 and shit, with like how like people.
I'm
are
sure
against
people
the
have messed with
Muslims and
them.
stuff,
Yeah,
you know?
I don't know.
I bet that's happened, but it's just not like something that they're gonna report on the news
Yeah.
that something happened to them.
Like,
You
oh,
know?
someone threw a rock through our window.
I
know?
Yeah, mean,
I bet it's
just
happened
crazy
though.
with like how still prevalent like racism is in today's world.
They kind of touched on that a little bit, like but like with the law side, and was that episode 3
3, I think.
where they had the Koreans and stuff like that.
Yeah, it seemed like the Koreans were getting fucked.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
do you think he's ever gonna get a retrial and stuff like that, or do you think he's fucked?
Part of me wants to believe that he'll get out eventually, but probably realistically, probably not. But I mean, at this point, if you're him or his lawyers or his family or whatever, like I just feel like you have to almost just continue to hold on to hope. I mean, that's really all you have is really hope,
Yeah.
you know. Unfortunately,
I don't think
You
he's
know?
getting out.
I don't think he is either. And that'd be
You
part
know?
of my thinking too. Is like I've been in here for 20 years and they've been trying.
Yeah, what's 4 more?
Might as well take that 4 more and get
so
out.
so basically, he would be out in 2023.
What
Yeah.
Would have been out in 2023 if he would have taken the plea. So that
I mean, because now even if you fight it and you
It's gonna
and you
take
win,
even longer than
it'd
4
take
years now.
longer.
Yeah.
no, yeah, I know.
And like he may be happy because he did it and proved his innocence and all that, but I also don't see that happening. Especially
like-
because like how many more times can they go to like stuff before they're just not allowed to do anything anymore?
The problem is too is I don't know how he proves his innocence.
I think the only thing
I think it's-
only thing they can do is like what Hess says is prove reasonable doubt and prove there's not enough evidence.
They
Yeah,
can,
but they can't even get back to trial. That's
They
the
can-
problem.
But
They have
that's-
to get back to trial.
we're saying if that happens.
if they
Right.
if you're right, they can show a reasonable doubt, but they can't prove his innocence.
Yeah, I think that the only.
But they can't prove his guilt either.
I think
right?
that'd be the only thing they can do is prove that there's not enough to
Reasonable doubt is all you need.
incarcerate him. Yeah,
I mean, they kind of have it already, but it's never going to go to trial.
yeah.
so
I don't think he's going to retrial.
no.
I mean, it's such a shitty thing too. It was 4-3.
You know, I mean, this was very interesting.
These documentaries always disappoint me
I feel
No matter what,
I
they
feel
always disappoint
disappointed
me.
at the end. It's just like making a murder. Like at the end,
because
you're like,
you
seriously?
just get no information. The person's still in jail, and you're like
And-
everything's the same as it was when it started.
And just like making a murder, the only at least the second part of making a murder, the only part that was interesting is when they were investigating shit.
Yeah, yeah. I
It was
agree.
very similar, except it was only 4 episodes instead of 8 or 10 or whatever the fuck it was.
which helps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other things you guys want to say about this documentary?
I mean, I thought it was kind of interesting. I have 2 pages of notes here. We haven't gone off of any of them, but like the Jay when they, I was off the record or whatever they didn't.
I
they don't have
hate
them
that they
saying
do
it.
those, but yeah.
But they were saying that Jay said that like the police told him to say that they met at Best Buy. like that he suggested that the police.
See,
told
like
him.
that's interesting, but also he could have just listened to Serial and stuff like that and be like, "Oh,
Yeah.
that's what people want me to say."
Yeah, but I mean, to me, it seems like maybe he's feeling guilty after all these 20 years. I mean, let's just say that like Jay made like lied and like corroborated with the cops so that he didn't have to go to prison. Like you would think that he would feel pretty fucking guilty and holding on to that for 20 fucking years. You know what I mean? Like that's
I
a
don't-
long time.
Well,
I don't know. I don't
to
think he's
hold on.
feeling guilty
I
when
don't
he
think he
was
feels guilty
treating
at
his
all.
girlfriend like shit too, and he's lying to everybody. I
think
don't.
he's
I
just
don't
out for
think.
himself.
I don't think that guy is gonna feel guilt.
But like why? So you think he was just gonna go to prison for the weed? Is that what you think, or you think he
No. Well, I mean, I feel
like why
like
would he go to prison?
Well, I feel like they used that against him. They said, "Look, you had 10 pounds of weed in your whatever. We found 10 pounds of weed," which I feel like that wasn't even brought up like anywhere along the line.
They mentioned it like
They did. They
But
said that
briefly.
drugs. They
Yeah,
said drugs. They
yeah.
said
They
weed.
just said drugs,
He
but
was
they didn't say
drugged.
10 pounds of weed.
Yeah.
Like 20 years ago, 10 pounds of weed, that's a lot of weed. Like nowadays, that's nothing. And it's legal in a lot of states, medically and recreationally. So nowadays, it's nothing. But 20 years ago, 99, I feel like that's huge. Like that's a lot of fucking weed. Like,
Yeah, but they didn't.
But-
They didn't catch him with it.
yeah. They just said they knew he had
They
it.
just
right?
knew he sold weed.
Yeah.
It's not like.
Which
It's not
that's
I'm
what I
sure they
mean.
probably could. You've got him with it,
yeah.
but
I mean, I'm sure they. Yeah. I mean, so.
but that's what I mean. They like, but it's just like those other 3 cases or 4 cases that have came out and said that those 2 detectives threatened. Basically, we'll put you in jail for drugs and whatever possession. We need you to make the statement, and then they came out saying we made the statement because we were threatened by the detectives.
Well, I mean, that's what cops do. If they.
Threat.
Yeah.
right.
If they.
but yeah, they
That's
do threaten
right.
you, and then if you admit to
and then if you-
crime,
yeah, but so call their
Which is
bluff.
so shitty.
Call their bluff.
because
Yeah,
if those people are innocent, then
Yeah.
they have
If you
nothing.
don't do
But,
anything
I mean,
wrong, just go to jail for 20
You
years.
go back 20 years ago. There's not as many. There's obviously not like cameras on every fucking street corner. There's not. Everyone doesn't have fucking cell phones. Where like if this were to happen like this year or last year, they would have video footage.
Well, yeah,
of it.
they'd have
From
library.
some
They'd have a
fucking-
library camera of age
You know what I
being
mean?
in there.
Yeah.
Like they would have
Yeah, but
video footage
I mean that's
all over the
that's
place.
great. But yeah, they didn't have that shit.
Shut the fuck up,
Fine, I'm sorry.
God.
Dude, he's guilty. Fuck off.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
I don't know. Think of it this way. What if he was jealous that she started dating a new boyfriend, decides to kill her, and says, "You know what I'll do is I'm gonna plan it all out. I'm gonna meet her somewhere where I know she's gonna be. I'll give him my car and my fucking phone, and I'll have him come get me afterwards. And then everyone will think I'm at school, but he has my car." And it's all speculation, but there's part of
Right.
me that thinks like that's maybe what happened.
So, if he's so distraught and tore up over this, why does he have a new girlfriend?
Because he has a penis.
are you talking about Jay or Adnan?
Adnan.
Because he has a penis.
He
Well, I mean,
sent Jay.
it's 20 years later. Hey, he's dead. He's not gonna be jealous anymore. He did his job and killed her.
No, I'm talking about at the time. He had a new girlfriend that he gave his car and cell phone to Jay to go buy his new girlfriend a present.
No, that was Jay's
it was
girlfriend.
Jay's
It was
No?
Jay's
It was
girlfriend.
Jay's girlfriend.
Oh, it's for Jay's girlfriend.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which, I mean, you do that, right? You give your phone and your car to your friend to go buy their girlfriend a present.
In high school, I would have like, oh yeah, go ahead, use my car. That's cool. I really would have.
No, but it was Adnan's idea. Like, hey, you should go buy her a present.
Hey, it's your girlfriend's birthday. You should go buy a present. Here's, take my car. Hey, you know what? Take my cell phone, too, in case you get bored. It just seems weird to me.
What's
I don't
wrong
know.
with that?
It is odd.
It's very odd.
I think it definitely could happen.
And it
but
just
it's odd.
happened to be on the day that this guy's saying, oh, yeah, and then he had me come with him to go bury a body, and I got him some weed. And
They shipped to that one girl.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that don't go well from, which is why I'm like, I don't know.
And like I said, but there's no evidence. It's just speculation. And I just
Right.
think he's not telling the whole story. I think he's leaving some details
Some,
out.
some specific, and he could even be leaving things out because like he knows he's innocent, but if he says certain things, it might make him look a little guilty too.
Especially in the
And
beginning,
it's
and
just
now
not, and
it's just
now he
like,
just
now
can't
it's-
say it because he'll look like a
yeah,
liar. I could totally see that.
That's what I think. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know. And I honestly, I probably won't think of it again unless it pops up on my fucking...
Well, when we get a comment on this video, you'll think about it a little bit.
Yeah.
If we get one.
Oh, we're gonna get
Couple-
about 12. We're gonna get about 12 comments on this because it'll be out sooner.
What are you gonna comment 11 times?
It has to be in there. He didn't do it. He didn't do it. He didn't do it.
Not.
Free or not. No, but so like, what did you guys think about the whole grass thing?
I didn't care.
You didn't care. Okay.
Yeah, it was just grass. I don't
what
think
do
that
you
proves
think
much.
about when they won the thing, and like then the court released a statement saying that they basically were saying that there wasn't enough evidence.
See, that was interesting, but then I'm like, oh, but nothing happens.
Yeah,
Because
Yeah.
because I knew the ending. A lot of this episode, I was like, oh, cool. Oh wait, never mind.
yeah. I mean, it probably would have got my hopes up. Well, I don't know. I don't really care if he gets out. It's interesting. It's like, oh yeah, I agree with the court, but he was already prosecuted and he's in prison, so
Right.
it's hard to get an appeal.
Yeah.
No, I
Ask
get it.
Stephen Avery.
Yeah, I never watched that.
Don't.
I won't. Then like the guy who found the body, Alonzo Sellers, like he lived.
That guy's
5
a
minutes from
weirdo.
the school.
That guy I can see being
That guy
a killer
probably
too.
killed somebody.
Yeah, I
mean,
definitely
I'm
think
just
he's killed
saying,
somebody.
know?
Yeah, maybe not
And then,
her.
like, with the whole like concrete boots and stuff. With
Yeah,
the
see all that. I was
triangles
like,
and shit
fuck.
that.
Why don't they do this more? Why don't they have these guys like talking like?
Yeah,
I
maybe
mean-
they should have hired these guys 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Like it's just weird, And then like the whole thing with Don, like saying like they talked to that guy and he was saying there's no way that Don would have been there, like if that other guy didn't call out sick, but the other guy was there.
That's hard to say though. Like
That is hard
20
because
years
he's like, it
ago.
doesn't.
Yeah, but I mean like
It doesn't make
I-
sense,
I-
but things happen. Or
I understand that, but like I mean like you work in retail, so like you kind of know how it works. Like I worked in retail, like you know what I mean. Like if someone isn't scheduled to come in, it's like they're just gonna call you to come in because they want to call you in.
he gets
like,
called into work all the
someone-
time.
Yeah, because someone else misses. It's
No.
not like they're.
Sometimes, not always. I mean, sometimes I work on my day off because they need me to. You know what I
Right,
mean?
because
And
they're
if you-
just like.
so if you go back 20 years, you'd be like, Nick wasn't scheduled that day. Oh,
Yeah,
but he
but,
has
like-
punches.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's cool. Yeah, it's interesting. It's cool. Like,
And like that doesn't help that he had scratches on his hands supposedly and all that too. But like we just don't
Right.
know.
you're never going to know.
Well, yeah. We'll never know.
Which is why I think we need to invent a time machine, and then we could blow this whole case out of the water.
It is weird if she was killed in her car, how there's nothing wrong with her car.
Yeah.
Except
Well, and that they said there was like no bruises or anything like on her arms or anything that would suggest that she like fought back.
Yeah, and like the fingerprint on the rear mirror. Maybe she got her car washed, and the guy was like, all right, go.
Yeah. No, I get it.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
I understand. It just. I mean, it sucks that like Heyman Lee lost her life at such an early age. It also sucks, in my opinion, that Adnan has been in prison for the past 20 years for something that they don't really know if he did, truthfully or not.
Yeah. No, I agree with all that.
It just proves that they say you're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty, and it's not. That's not how it is. It's not how it ever has been, and that's not how it ever will be. The justice system is broke in the United States of America, and I don't know what
Jesus.
can be done to fix it. It's true. That's the way I feel.
Sure, it looks broken in this.
I think
but there's-
it's
there's a
broken.
lot of cases
It's
where it
broken
looks
in
broken.
certain cases,
There's,
though.
Yeah.
there's plenty of cases that get turned over that these people, like that guy, it just happened like last year. He's been in prison for like 17 years, and they overturned it, and then they give him like $563,000 because he served 17 years in prison wrongfully convicted.
Did you
What
just
the
make
fuck
that
is
number
five?
up?
No, I
It's a lot.
did hear about
It's
that.
something like that, but like,
Okay.
but it's like, oh, okay, cool. What the fuck is $563,000? Like, what is that gonna do?
We could buy an
Like we
Xbox.
all come to a point
It'd help.
where we all die, right? You're never gonna get those 17 years
This
back.
motherfucker. You're losing your mind over here.
It's fucking annoying.
Well, okay.
It's-
So that's one case. How many cases didn't get
There's
turned
plenty
over?
of cases. If
Right,
you want,
there's-
I'll do research. We can do
No,
a fucking
please.
podcast tomorrow
No.
night.
No,
and I'll
no.
fucking
This
lay
shit's-
it all out.
I just watched 4 hours of this boring bullshit. I don't want to hear any more about it.
All right, well then
But-
let's drop it. We'll
but-
just have to agree to disagree, or
Absolute-
disagree to agree, whatever. Because there
What
will
a-
never ever
no, that
be.
part won't work.
Disagree
There'll
to
never
agree?
be. We'll never know.
Did he just say
Unless
disagree
all-
to agree?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I just
Adnan
switched it.
Syed.
Agree to.
Oh, we
disagree.
started censoring him. If you keep talking, we can't hear you.
I'm gonna keep.
Yeah.
Every
Anyways,
time you go on a rant, I'm just gonna start babbling so I can't hear you.
that's fine. That's fine.
No, I'm just.
I'm just saying. I don't know for whatever reason why I feel so like.
I'm
passionate
honestly
about this
surprised you're
case,
passionate
like-
about this.
Yeah. Me
It
too.
surprises me. It shows a different side of Hess.
Like it's just like, and you know, and then like his mom has leukemia. Like that's fucked up. Like Jesus Christ, she hasn't fucking.
Yeah.
Her son hasn't been around for 20 years. Like it's just a lot of sad shit, you know. But it is what it is.
Maybe you should donate some money to their program.
Yeah, maybe you should. You feel that bad about it?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
That's just like, guys, I'm broke. Give them everything I own.
Yeah, pretty much.
But
Pretty much.
we got to start wrapping this up soon.
Yeah.
So
I'm good with that.
I don't really have anything else to say. I mean, I feel like we've kind of touched pretty much
thought you just said
everything
you can
that
go on
I
for
wrote
hours.
down. I mean, I could, but you guys don't want to do that, and I don't either. Yeah, I don't know. There's nothing that'll ever come out of it. So I guess all in all, I guess I'll say this. We got some views, we got some new subscribers. Hopefully they stay on and watch other stuff.
Yeah,
But
we
in
got a
reality,
vlog coming this Tuesday.
We probably shouldn't have even watched this because there is no outcome. And
No, I blame you.
yeah.
I think it was fun doing this.
It was fun.
I enjoyed doing it, and like we argued, it was cool. We all didn't agree because if we all agreed, this would be stupid and boring, and no one would want to listen
Right.
to it. So I think that's fun.
Might be stupid and boring anyways.
It might be stupid and boring, anyways. But that being said, this I think I just had a stroke. This Tuesday we're gonna film. Hopefully it comes out Wednesday. Everything is great. Game of Thrones 3 podcast.
I can't film Tuesday night.
Never mind on that one. We're gonna film a Game of Thrones 3 podcast this week. It'll come out sometime.
I will be at a hockey game on Tuesday.
Well, you can just call him live. We'll film it at some point. If Hess can, maybe he won't be involved. If he can't call, I don't know. We're But anyways, Game of Thrones 3 podcast, and then the next week, Game of Thrones prediction podcast, where we talk about each character. And we got a new vlog coming this Tuesday, so everybody should go check that out. It's very interesting.
Sweet.
Did some cool stuff the other day that kind of failed, but whatever. You'll see in the vlog. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. But that being said, this.